If everyone would please excuse me if I'm not politically correct this morning. Um, I'm not going to say another edition of Davis Dynamics because there's something bigger than that. Um, it's one of those things where we forget a lot of times how fortunate we are. We take for granted that we get up every morning, we're breathing, we open our eyes when other people can't. They can't walk, they can't talk. Um, but when you have a natural disaster that, you know, that affects everyone, and this is what I'm gonna say, and I really, um, I might get some kickback for saying this, but um, when you have a natural disaster, a lot of times that is when we all come together. It takes a natural disaster to bring everybody together. Now, like I said, I don't want no kickback or anything like that because I know this is important to some people, and important is the only thing that's on people's mind. But right now, I could care less about the presidential election. I could care less. Something more is going on. Something more is important than that. Something's more is bigger than that. These people have lost, some of these people have lost their lives, hundreds. Thousands of people have lost their residence, have lost everything. And we take for granted. Everyone does. We all do. I do. I mean, we all do. Because we get up, we do a daily routine, and we don't think about anything happening like that. Well, when I'm sure that the week before, or maybe a couple of days before, they didn't anticipate this happening. Also, so anything can happen. Um, when it takes something like that, I get a little emotional because the things that get me is the racism that's in this world, and some people judge people by their color, judge them by what status you're at, how much money you make, what type of car you drive, um, what kind of house you live in. Who gives a hoot? Because I'm sure my mom is watching this, and my mother-in-law, and maybe my grandmother and my aunt. I'm sure my sisters are, but if you can, because me and my wife have spoke about it, we're truly blessed. We're truly blessed. Sometimes you ask God for things, like my mother said. We thought about having a small business, and I asked the Lord to please let it grow. I want to make extra money, and sometimes we have to back people off. My mom said, when you ask the Lord for something, you better be ready, because He might give it to you where to the point where you can't handle it, and if you can't handle it, He'll take it from you and give it to someone else. So you pray that you can handle it. So if you can, just like me and my wife, we're doing it too. We're doing our part. We're gonna go out and get some emergency supplies, things. Um, of course, we can't get water because it has to be flown in and stuff like that. But we can take water elsewhere, and I think they're driving it off to some place where a helicopter is going to be able to take it somewhere else and get it to one of those big planes from Army, Marines, wherever, to fly it in. Clothing, um, you know, just toothbrushes, toothpaste. I mean, like I said, they lost everything. Think about if that was you. Think about it. Sometimes we can't even put our mind in that mindset. I think about all these people who don't really have to help. And they lost everything and they're still helping other people. This is the way the world should be. This is not because I got this and you have this. Well, so sorry. That is what irritates me the most. Status. There is no status. And I want to say this from the bottom of my heart. And my wife sometimes, she just don't understand how I just talk to different people all the time. I love people. And I'm going to say this to you, and I'm going to say this to everyone. And I hope you share this with 1,000, 10,000, even go somewhere and shout it from the mountaintop if you have to. Pray for those souls who are real heroes. Pray for the people who've lost everything and they're still heroes. Pray for the ones that God had taken away. But guess what? They're in a better place. If you really think about it, you back it up and look what we're going through. They're in a better place. They might not have been ready, but God, He knows what He's doing. He doesn't make any mistakes. He doesn't make any mistakes. So please do your part. Even if it's monetary, just do what you can. Because think about it, one time, it could be you. Or it could be me. Now, I know we're not ready, but guess what? When God's ready for you, when your number is called, there's nothing you can do about it. My number's been called plenty of times, but He just hasn't been ready for me yet. But eventually it's going to come around, and I want to be ready. So, please, like I said, this is not Davis Dynamics. This is something that's been on my heart. Me and my wife, we talked about it, and I wanted to go ahead and post this video. And one thing that I do want to say is I have heard on the news plenty of times. I can't count how many times. I try to count how many times on different news networks where I hear these people. And I think I said it a couple of times too. But you know what? I want to change that. I want to say my people. My people are hurting. Because guess what? They are my people. They are human beings. They live on this earth just like we do. They work just like we do. They have families just like we do. They pay their bills just like we do. Guess what? My people are hurting. And when you're hurting, my people are hurting. Plain and simple. All these millionaires, you don't hear their names. I wish I was one. Wish I was a millionaire. They could do so much. But where are they? Maybe we might hear them every once in a while because it's going to be a tax write-off. But do good. Look deep down in your heart. Do good. I'm not saying that they're not. Hopefully they will. But once again, let this presidential stuff be the last thing that's on your mind. Let it be back here. Now, if it's just that important to you, yeah, I understand. And don't get me wrong, it is important. But this is more important. That's my opinion. That's the way I feel. That's the way Jay feels. And you can tell anybody you want to. I don't care. Because this is me. So once again, please, if you can't send anything or you can't pick up anything, because we know it's pretty hard right now getting food for your own household, paying your own utilities, your house payment. We know how hard it is. We do from day to day. We know. We all live it. But one thing you can do that doesn't cost you a thing is pray. Pray for these people. Pray for these people and pray for my people. Excuse me, I keep saying these people because I get so wrapped up. I get so emotional. So pray for my people because I am throughout the day. Whenever I'm working, doing my job, I'm gonna be praying. And I hope you will be too. So pray for my people and make sure you pray sincerely because guess what? God hears you. Okay? Thank you so much if you'll do that. And like I always say, after you finish praying for my people, go out and make somebody smile. It makes you feel better. And guess what? It doesn't cost you a thing. Thank you so much for listening to um, my little soul searching speech. But sometimes things have to come from the heart. I hate it has to come through devastation. But it's a shame that something like this something catastrophic has to happen to bring us all together, to forget about what color we are, to help people. So think about it. Our people. No color, no age, no religious status. Our people. Thank you for listening. And y'all try to have a great day. Bless you all. Love you.